Good morning, everyone. We're so excited to have you here with us this morning. Hopefully you can see my screen and hear my voice. If not, I recommend that you hop off and hop back on again. And if you know people who are not able to get on today, make sure to let them know that there will be a recording of this later today that we will post and share so that you can review things, or if someone doesn't see it, then they can see it for the first time. So again, we're excited to have you here this morning. I don't know about you, but it's a beautiful blue sky outside my window, and it's kind of fun to see a little bit of spring peeking its head in. I'm okay with snow as well, but hey, I'll take some sunshine here. We're going to get started here in just a minute. I want to give you kind of the lowdown of what we're going to be doing. We have a guest with us this morning, Kirsten Wright. She's going to talk a little bit about social selling. We're going to go through our new products for March, going to share some inspiration and product information with you, talk about some upcoming events, look at a few resources, and then talk about when our next meeting is. So that is the plan for this morning, and Kirsten is on her getting on right now. Kirsten, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We're so glad to have you. She's experiencing technical difficulties with her computer this morning, so this is like, woohoo! It's the way it always goes. It works beautifully until the day you need it.
Yeah, and I was just on, 10 minutes ago, and it was fine.
Well, Kirsten, you're a Senior Executive Marketing Director, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and you and your team have held several social selling events, and that's kind of why we wanted to hear from you today, so we could hear about what you've done, some of the tips you might have, and even the good, the bad, the ugly. So things that you do again, things you might do differently, because I think for most people, they're just not sure exactly where to get started or what's working and what isn't, so that they can give it a try and have success with that. And you have a few slides, so I'm just going to start you off with that first slide, but you tell me when you want to advance, all that stuff.
Okay, awesome. Well, what I sort of wanted to talk about first was a little bit of how do I get started, the idea of I'm not really sure how to get started, or dealing with a little bit of the fear of getting started, because sometimes it's kind of scary whether you're brand spanking new to the business or if you're somebody who has been with our company for a long time, but you really haven't done a lot lately, and so you need to kind of jump right back in. Sometimes that's a scary thing, and I kind of just wanted to talk real quick about why you feel that that is a scary thing, and some things that maybe you can think about that might help you get over some of that just a little bit. So what I wanted to talk about was getting on the phone and calling people and talking to people in person and asking them if they would be interested in hosting a social selling event for you. Sometimes that's a little bit out of our wheelbox, something that we're comfortable with. And I kind of want to think about, why do you feel uncomfortable doing that? And I think a lot of us, if you really think about it, you're scared that people are going to think that you are inviting them because you just want to make a commission off of them or something like that. And you're a little worried about how they might respond to that, or what they might think about you, if they think that. And I know that some of us may have experienced a little bit of that in the past, and some people haven't. In fact, my own sister one time had commented to me that I was just trying to make a commission off of her when I offered her one of the projects, and that really obviously hurt my feelings a lot. But that comment from her got me to start thinking a little bit about that whole idea, that yes, I have decided to have a home-based business on the side in everything else that I'm doing right now. Why have I decided to do that? Number one, I love the product. I joined Heritage Makers in 2010 as a consultant because I loved the product, and I was just sharing it without being paid for it, because I was showing everybody the books that I was making and I was talking to people about it. So for goodness sakes, why shouldn't I make a little bit of a commission out of it? But also, as a mom, you can see my picture there, I really needed to make some extra money. I have 6 kids, if you can see in that picture, and they like to eat every single day. Even though I fed them the day before, they want to eat again today, and sometimes that gets a little bit expensive and they want to do things outside of home and stuff like that. So guess what? I actually had to make a little bit of an income. So why shouldn't I make a little bit of an income doing something that I really enjoy? So I started selling Heritage Makers as a way to make some extra money. So yes, I wanted to make a little bit of a commission to help feed my family, to help things for my family. So why should I be made to feel bad about that? The whole world works that way. Everybody that has a job makes money, and a lot of people are in the sales industry, and they don't feel bad about making a commission for the services that they're offering. I think about my hairdresser. She makes a commission off of what she does. I tell people about her and how awesome I think that she is all the time. So I refer people to her, and I don't have a problem with her making a commission off of me or off of the people that I send to her. So I started to kind of rethink my own personal home-based business the same way. Why should I feel bad that I am making a commission to help my family? Because that's a good thing. It's a good thing that I can make my own hours and I can stay at home with my kids and I can still receive an income. So I just want you to kind of think about that a little bit and start feeling a little bit more confident about your own business and your reasons for having your own business. Because probably your reasons are pretty genuine and you're not out there just trying to dupe people out of money. Not at all. And I think sometimes we put that on other people that we think that they're doing that. So I just sort of wanted you just to throw that out there today so that you guys could think about that a little bit and just kind of have that in your mind, and maybe that will, give you a little bit of confidence to talk to somebody. I have been telling people, because honestly, I haven't done a lot of workshops in the past 2 years. Since Youngevity purchased Heritage Makers and we sort of lost our workshop model, I honestly didn't 100% know what to do and how to keep my business going the way that it was going before, because I did build my business. Honestly, I built my business doing workshops. I originally scheduled workshops. Every time I did a workshop, I booked other workshops off of that workshop every single time. So that is all that I knew. So when that wasn't there for us, I was floundering a little bit. I sort of came up ways myself to give hostesses some rewards if they were going to have a workshop for me, but that wasn't a duplicatable thing that I could teach to people on my team. So now that we have this amazing thing that is being built for us, and it's so great, I almost think it's too great to be true, because I love the way they are taking our feedback through this whole thing, and they are asking us what we need, what is working, what is not working. So they are actually caring about all those things. So as you're out there and you're doing workshops, do that. Send emails to the social selling feedback email and let them know what is working, what isn't working, because that is the only way that this is actually going to work for everybody. So let me talk a little bit about what I've been hearing from my team and what I do. I'm still honestly trying to get onto this webinar so I can see what I'm doing.
Hey, we have a question real quick.
Sure.
How do you feel a workshop differs from a party?
Okay, well, I use the word workshop and party interchangeably, and now I'm trying to stop using both of those words and calling it a social. So honestly, I sort of use both of those things interdependently. I found that when I was doing the Heritage Makers workshops, people were a little bit more receptive to me calling it a workshop than a party, just because, in that whole party plan industry, sometimes people feel that if they're getting, invited into a party, that it is a sort of, we're going to ask you to spend money type thing. Now, I am going to ask them to spend money, but if I call it a workshop, I feel like it's a more, like I'm giving you tools to actually do something and do something different. So I've sort of always liked the idea of a workshop, because most of my hostesses are people that have seen a project that I have done, whether it is a book that I've taken with me or my brag bag that I take everywhere that I go, because those things will get you more attention than almost anything else. And they want to know how to do it. So since I'm going to show them how to do it, I am going to call it a workshop. And now I'm trying to, get the word social into my brain a little bit. But
perfect. Yeah,
hey,
that makes total sense.
Okay, now how do I do a workshop? And I think that is one of the slides on there, because again, I don't have my slides in front of me. But I like to invite people. Yay, I think it's opening up. Okay, I like to invite people to do their workshop, to do their social at somewhere like Panera or Starbucks. If I sense that they're I have to mute myself now on here. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, can you still hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. All right, I was just getting feedback on there from talking. A lot of moms are hesitant about having to clean their house and have people over. So when I offer them the chance to do something, to be a hostess where they're going to get benefits from something that they don't have to clean their house, that's usually a really exciting thing for them. So I tell them that we can do it at Panera or Starbucks. I say, just invite, 3 to 5 of your friends. We're all going to meet there, and I'm going to show you guys on my laptop how to create this book, or how to create this canvas, or how to create things with your pictures. And moms, I've found, other moms that are going to be the attendees at these workshops, I feel like they're more apt to go somewhere like Panera or Starbucks on a Tuesday night or on a Thursday night or in the afternoon while kids are in school, because it's a fun mom's night out type thing. They're not viewing it as a high pressure sales situation. They're viewing it as sort of, I get to escape my home tonight where everything is going crazy, and I get to go out and enjoy some lady time with some other moms, and I can talk to them. Or invite them to your own home. I think this is one of the greatest things that you can do, is to show your own hospitality to your hostess and to your hostess's friends. And when I have people into my home is like Heritage Makers threw up all over it. Like every single room in my home has canvases on the wall, has posters, has 11 by 14 prints out. I have the coasters on the coffee tables. I have a big basket in front of my my fireplace that has my family yearbooks in it. So when I have people into my home, they are seeing the products all around them everywhere. And what you can do is just create like a beautiful space for other people to come to. Light some candles, put on some music, buy some fresh flowers, have a snack, invite people into your home, and love on them a little bit. Like Tom Chanel always says, love like crazy and then love some more. Seriously, you can incorporate that into your business. You can have people come out of their busy lives when, their kids are screaming at home and dinner, dishes are still in the sink. Have them come into your house and make your house a beautiful place for people to come into and to just feel like for an hour or two that they're just kind of being loved on a little bit, and you're going to show them beautiful things. Whichever one of the memory making brands that you are highlighting, that you personally feel most passionate about, we make beautiful things. And women love looking at and making beautiful things. So think about that. Just 2 weeks ago, I work with some refugees in our town, and we do outreaches and parties for the refugees who have just come into our country from these horrible situations. So we had a little Valentine's Day party for refugees, and we had refugees from Iraq and Afghanistan and the Congo and Myanmar, which is also called Burma, which is weird that a country has 2 names. But anyway, we had all these people that spoke all these different languages, not English, all together. And we had a little Valentine's table set up for the kids so that the kids could sit down and make little Valentines. And they were just those little silly kits from Michael's that have, foam stickers and glue and glitter and things like that. And we set it out for the kids. Wouldn't you know it, the people that sat around that table were the mamas from all around the world who couldn't speak English or couldn't even speak to each other because they all spoke different languages, sat at that table for about an hour and a half and were totally enthralled in making these little Valentines. And I just stood there and I realized women love creating beautiful things. So that's kind of what I want to incorporate into my workshops, is to really, think about that and help women to make beautiful things. So I said there, speak from your heart. Talk about your favorite products. Why do you love memory keeping? What has it done for your family? Why is it important to tell your stories? And so the nitty gritty of how I do my workshop, honestly, I like the old idea book that, because I focus on heritage makers, it just has heritage makers. So I have a bunch of the old ones. So if you're doing that, I ripped out the old pricing. That was the club pricing, the old club, and then I put the new one inside. Or if you have the new idea book and you're sort of going to talk about all of it, that's right there for you. But what I do as an HMer is I actually start on page 56 that talks just about heritage makers. I skip the pricing. I don't think it's smart to talk to pricing about the pricing and everything until you're at the very end of your workshop when you're ready to close your sale. And I start just talking about the different actual products that we have, and that would work on all the memory brands. And as I'm talking about what's available for them to create, I pull out the different ones that I have that really speak to the heart of why most women want to do memory keeping. I have a book called Why, What Makes You a Wright, because our last name is Wright, and it talks about what W means. W means you're a worshiper. W means you walk as children of light. And R's for relationships. Our relationships are important. And moms want that sort of thing to put in the hands of their kids. Grandmas want to make those things for their grandkids. I show canvases that, have sayings that help build my children up that are all over the walls of the house. So I go through the idea book as I'm, really pulling out those heart stories about why those certain projects are important to me. And then at the end, we catalog shop. And the cool thing about that big giant idea book is that everything's color coded. So I can kind of explain to them, if you're thinking that, you like the online system of heritage makers, that's all purple. If you're somebody who likes to do more with your hands, I can go through the other colors in there that are for our Memories for Life and for Anthology. And I love that we have these 3 different brands. And Lisa Bjornson had said in Charlotte, she said, we have stuff for somebody that has no time, some time, or creative time. So I have no time. I have 6 kids. I run 2 different businesses. I homeschool my kids. I do a billion different things. So I don't have time to sit down and really scrapbook the way I used to with paper, but I can get on, pick a template, pop my things in, and be done. So I feel like Heritage Makers is the no time. I feel like Anthology is the sometime, because she gives such easy little kits where you can just pull out your kit and have a beautiful thing done. And I feel like our Memories for Life is more of a creative time. You get all these amazing products, but you get to be creative and put them together on your own. So I love that you can go through why you like to memory keep, sort of in a generic basis, show the brand that you personally are passionate about, but then explain to the people at the workshop that you can help them and you have tools for them, whatever way speaks to them. And so give them a piece of paper, honestly, an actual piece of paper, and have them write down the things that they want to make throughout that idea book, and then have everybody kind of talk about that together, because you're going to find that the people at your workshop are going to do the closing of the sale for you that way. I think I might have one more slide, or is that my last slide?
Yep. Nope, you have one more.
I have one more. Okay. So closing the sale, this is one of the things that I've noticed when I have a new consultant under me that I feel like they need the most work with, is to actually ask for the sale. Sometimes we're just kind of like, okay, we're done. And you think the people are going to come up to you and tell you that they want to order the stuff. No, that's probably not going to happen. In a perfect world, that'd be great. But you're actually going to have to go to each person at the party, sit down with them and say, hey, can I see your list? What did you want to make? And then actually ask for the sale. Let's get you on this level of club, or let's order these tools for you. At the very end of the workshop is when I introduce Youngevity and all of the other brands. I don't do that all the way through because I feel like that is sometimes very overwhelming to the other people. So what I have done is I bought a bunch of, we had in the past, and I just found out yesterday they're not available anymore, these little booklets that Candy May and Sharon's team had made, and they're talking about making them again, that just went through, had like a page for essential oils and a page for MK Collab and a page for Healthy Body and a page, you know, for the different things that we have. So that needs to be updated. It doesn't have Myelicia and some of the newer products that we have. And so they're talking about updating that little booklet and having that available again under sales tools, because that is what I use. At the end of my presentation, I say, hey, I want to introduce you guys to our parent company. It's called Youngevity. I talk about how Youngevity sort of has the vision to be the Amazon.com of the best products in the direct sales network marketing business. And when you have an account with us, you have an account with them, which means that you can get 30% off of all their stuff. And then highlight how they can try one of those products, you know, for 50% off when they spend at least $75 at your workshop tonight. So what that would look like on Heritage Makers is if they purchased a gold club from you, they could try an essential oil for 50% off, or a necklace or something like that. That's kind of the way that I've talked about it to my people in the last couple of weeks. Or they could get a silver club and buy $25 of something else and still try something else. And then don't forget to book off those events. Oh, the picture there I have on the side, there is something in your sales tools in the back office of, not in the back office, just under the store in Youngevity, where for $15 you get this product catalog pack. It has all the newest catalogs from all the brands. So just buy one of those and pass those around when you're talking about Youngevity, just so people can get just a quick idea of the different things that are out there. So when you're booking, you can also offer to them, hey, would any of you like to have a workshop similar to this that highlights any of these other brands? I can do that for you. So give them the option to do that as well. They may be somebody that really doesn't think they have a lot of friends that are interested in memory keeping, but they may have a bunch of friends that love jewelry and they think that that would be fun to have a jewelry party or a mineral makeup party. So use those catalogs to help you book. And then as your memory making clients start to grow, if you're out there doing workshops and booking off your workshops, you're going to start getting some clients. Start having a monthly event. I do monthly DigiCrop, and I started them just at Panera when I didn't have enough money to rent a space. And I would say, hey, I'm going to be at this Panera from 5 to 9 on Saturday night. If you want to come, bring your computer. We'll work on our projects together. And then as it grew, I was able to get like a conference room at a hotel. So people like that they know that there's somewhere they can come once a month and they can get help on their projects. And then you can sort of use that event as well as another social selling event. So those are sort of my tips. I have not done one of the Facebook events yet. I'm super excited to do that. And hopefully we can have somebody on one of these calls that will talk about how they did that, because I think that is just a really exciting way that you could use this social selling program. I'm just sort of a one-on-one person right now, and getting in front of people face-to-face. But I just want to leave by saying I'm so excited about this. We have like asked for this for 2 years and worked on ways that we could do this, and I just feel like it is just the greatest thing in the whole world that they have given us this opportunity and that they are listening to our feedback. So just get out there, get on the phone, get some of these workshops together, and just, you know, have a great time. Like, love on people. Like I said, make some new friends. You know, what's the worst that could happen, honestly? You're going to make some new friends, and you are going to build your business if you actually take a step of faith and get out there and do it. So that's all I have to say.
I have one clarifying question.
Okay, sure.
So you don't go over the party rewards until you've already taken their order, correct?
Right. I did have a little sign, like I did print out that little sign that says spend $75, get another, you know, get a product at 50% off, but I don't really talk about that because they're going to see that and they're going to know that, you know, but I don't really talk about that until I get to the end.
Okay, perfect.
Because I don't like to talk about price or anything until I get to the end. I like to really kind of aim at the heart.
Right. Do the connection thing and then do the selling at the end. Makes sense. That sounds great. And Sarah just wants to clarify that if you're part of the VIP auto ship program, you do get the catalog pack free each time they come out. So that's one bonus of being part of the VIP. Yep, every quarter. So if you need them more often, then your option of buying the product catalog pack is great. So
yes. Yep. Awesome.
Okay,
Thank you.
one other question. How many people do you have on average at your events?
Well, I did one the other day, and I actually only had 2 people, but it still worked. And then I have one scheduled for next week, and the girl just got back to me last night, and she says she already has 10 people that are committed to being there, and she may have more. So,
wonderful.
It totally just depends on your hostess too, and
right.
I still think one-on-ones are a great thing to do. And if you have somebody at your event that is, interested in the business, try to book a one-on-one with them later. Don't try to take up too much time at that event talking to that person, I feel like, about the business at that time, because that might take you away from going to talk to each of those other people and getting their sales. So book something with that person for the next day or 2 days from now where you can really meet with them one-on-one and talk to them.
That makes sense. Quality over quantity.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. Kirsten, thank you so much for being on this morning. I know you need to go get your daughter, so go grab her and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, we appreciate all that feedback. I hope that gave you some ideas of things that you could try and approaches. And again, as she's mentioned, it really is what you're comfortable with and what works for you. It always helps to hear other people's points of view to maybe give you a different approach. But, try something. If it doesn't work, then try something different. But you just have to kind of keep at it. And I know it's got to be a hard thing to put yourself out there. So appreciate Kirsten sharing her ideas on things. So let's dive into new products for the month. In Heritage Maker Studio, in a basic collection, we have My Crazy Life. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, that's kind of fun, clever. It's really got some cute everyday things, and it has some really fun cards and things that we resized them so you could put them on canvases and stuff, so they would be like 12 inches wide. That would be fun to have around the house, like, you want dinner? I fed you yesterday. Some really clever, fun things. So this is going to be a great everyday kit that's, again, is a basic kit. Also, Baby Bundle by Katie Petite. This will be another basic kit, and we're going to show you more about that when we get to the Our Memories for Life collection. In our premier area, Lime in the Coconut. Now, I know you're thinking, wait, it's winter, and why would we be talking summer? But how many of you do the winter cruise thing? Or maybe you've been holding on to some of your summer pictures. And so this collection has some very fun things that will work well for those vacations. But it also has some good basics, like there's some teal polka dots and green stripes and flowers and ribbons and things that you could use any time of year. But it's got some wonderful colors in that color palette. Next in the Premier, Funktography. This is a collection that has a lot of cards. So if you're doing grid designs, this one works really well for it. And again, it's an everyday collection that's going to give you a lot of variety for doing your journaling, doing, like I said, the grid system. But then it also has those jazzers, which are basically embellishments and little word strips and things that are fun to tie into whatever you're doing in your projects that maybe you want to highlight or point to, or just make them a little more fun. So Funktography is going to be another collection. Then from Anthology DIY by Lisa Burnson, we have Bright and Breezy. Now this was a collection that the physical product came out for February, and so we're rolling out the digital product in March. And it's got lots of fun spring designs, but some basic designs like your polka dots and stripes. It has journaling cards, embellishments, papers, so lots of variety that you're going to find in this. And those are our premier kits. So those will be rolling out the 1st of March, so watch for those. For Our Memories for Life, our new collection is Baby Bundle. This is such a fun set. Look at those great colors. So you're going to get your designer cardstock, which on one side are your pinks and things for girls, on the other side are your blues for boys. But you'll notice that there's some other great colors that are going to tie in for things like green, gray, blues, that you can just mix and match. And if you don't have a baby, I'm going to show you how this works also for the non-baby type things, because I don't know about you, but I don't have babies in my life right now, but I still find some fun things I can do with this collection. Then we have our 2-inch border strips. So starting with February, we did collections that have 4 items in them: your designer cardstock, 2-inch border strips, pocket border strips, and pocket journal cards. So the baby bundle is following that same setup. So we have our designer cardstock. Now we're looking at our 2-inch border strips. And again, you're going to find that you have boy designs on one side and girls on the other as far as blues versus pinks. But again, these colors, you could mix and match for all sorts of things. In fact, I love these doilies. I can't wait to use those on a non-baby layout. I think that's going to be so fun. Then we have our pocket border strips. Now you're getting 2 of each of these designs because it does have 30 in the set, and there's 15 different designs, so 2 of each, and these slide nicely into those border strips, but they work just as well on your traditional layouts. And again, lots of designs. These flowers, wouldn't that look cute on a spring layout, or stars? Those would be fun for school layouts or sports, so don't think just baby here, although they are beautiful for baby. Think about other possibilities. And then we have our pocket journal cards. Now, the great thing about this, especially if you do have a baby, is look at how you can monitor and journal the progress that your child is making with these ones that allow you to record their size and information about how they're progressing. So it just makes it quick and easy for journaling. And again, these are pocket size, so they slide perfectly into the pocket pages, but these are wonderful for your traditional layouts, okay? They're going to just look beautiful there. They line up with your photos. We have had questions about, but what if I want to map my pictures with them? Well, you can trim your pictures down a little bit, or we have lots of beautiful cardstocks, and we have those solid color cardstocks, which I'm going to show you some that match really nicely with this collection. So let's look at a little inspiration. From Kathy, we have these 2 cute layouts using, I believe these are her grandchildren. And look at how fun those designs go together. You can cut up the word strips off those border strips and use them for some journaling or titles and mat things. It's just so fun to play with these, and they look so great with a variety of photos. Then from Janelle, we have this one about her sweet baby that came a little earlier than they planned, so she was able to document how this sweet little one is growing. And again, quick and easy to put together. Put some photos on your border strips and off and running. And a few journaling cards for your journaling. Loved how she cut those in half and used them half at the top, half at the bottom for a little bit of balance. My apologies, didn't want to cough in your ear, got a little dry tickle going. Okay, Jeanette shared this one of this cute little baby and the mom, and I love how she went from in the tummy to sweet little baby, advanced right along there, and journaling right on top of that background paper is just a beautiful little layout, so fun to combine those, and layered papers with some of the border strips, so she got this multi-layer look going here on the side. And then here's Kristen's. No babies at her house, but she has a baby puppy, and who doesn't love seeing a baby puppy? And she did do this inside of Heritage Maker Studio, so she used a few accent pieces that she found in there that match. But these are all papers. The zigzag, the polka dots, these stripes are all papers that you're going to find in this collection. So fun ways to document other things besides babies, and maybe you have other babies in your life, a baby cat, a baby dog. You know, maybe your husband's a baby sometimes. You need to document that. So, you know, lots of options there. Now, our auto ship for this month is going to be $65. It includes the designer cardstock, the 2-inch border strips, the pocket border strips, the pocket journal cards, and gray solid, classic gray solid cardstock, because that one is going to be universal whether you're working with girls or boys photos. And then we're going to throw in the Baby Charm design cartridge so you have fun borders that you can add to your layouts. Now, if you're looking for some ways to kind of add some other colors into this, look at these colors that also match. So if you go look at the solid color cardstock options, Petal Pink matches beautifully, as well as Spring Green and Riviera Blue. Both of those look amazing with this collection. So if you're looking for a little more color than what you get with the gray, you have it. But if you're looking for something that lets your photos shine, the gray might be a great option there as well. So don't think you have to stick with just what's in that auto ship. Add some other spice to it as well. Okay, from Anthology DIY by Lisa Bernson, the first kit we have is Flowers and Frames Embellishment Kit, and this is one that comes in those cute books that have the magnetic closures that you can put on your shelf, and this has lots and lots of goodies. It's full of frames, and they're all chipboard, and there's cardstock die cuts and all sorts of things. It's so much that you can do. So you'll see here, this is one of the frames that's been put, I believe, on a piece of wood to give it a little bit of sturdiness, and then enhanced with some additional ones. How about this wreath? All they did was took a whole bunch of these chipboard pieces you see here, put them on a wreath, put a ribbon on it, done. Just like that, you have spring decor. You can do cute cards. This layout, I love it. If you're looking for a quick and easy way to do a grid, then just use a few of these frames, put little pictures behind them, and you have it done. So Flowers and Frames Embellishment Kit. Next kit is a Sign It card kit, again, coming in a fun box. Oops, sorry, let me not advance that way. Comes in a fun box with your magnetic closure so you can get in and out of your supplies, or once your cards are done, you store them back in there. Now, these are designed to look like sidewalk signs, you know, the ones that have the wood that are make an A-frame, and they have lots of cute embellishments as well as these fun sayings like Carpe Diem, Happy Birthday, You're the Best, and they have those beautiful colors, gray, yellow, green, pink, and teal. You can mix and match your designs to create things like banners. There's triangle banners and the pennant banners. Lots of options for creating cards that just really shine when you want to say that you're thinking of someone. We also have a geometric stamp set. Now, stamps are wonderful because they are so versatile, and these will be wonderful for creating not just embellishments, but backgrounds. So notice that you have these cross-stitch designs. Because they're acrylic, you can easily put them together, line them up, because you can see through your acrylic block. Once you put your stamp on, line it up and create a strip or an entire background. You can mix and match. These ones, you have your line art as well as your solid. So you could do the solid in the color, then come back with your line art in black or a different color, kind of like you're seeing here on the diamond. So geometric stamp set from Anthology DIY by Lisa Bernson. Now let's look at some product inspiration. Winter Wonders came out in February, but we want to show you some fun things you can do with it. So we have a pocket page from Kathy where she slid in her photos here. She has her border strip and her journaling card, and then look at what she did. She added these little cut pieces from one of the border strips to add a little bit of extra journaling to her layout. And you know what, I haven't seen this in person, so I'm not positive if she adhered those right on the photos or if they're adhered on the pockets, but you could do it either way. Cute, cute idea. Then from Janelle, we have this layout using Winter Wonders, and she's using a refill page for her base, and she has paper just inside of it, and then she's taken one of the 2-inch border strips and cut it up to make these corner pieces. And then she took advantage of the authorship with the snowflake punch and punched some cute snowflakes out of those papers that coordinate. And look how beautiful it looks with those winter photos. Nice job. From Kristen, who lives in Florida and says it doesn't snow here, she took Winter Wonders and turned it into some non-winter collection or layout. So she has her birthday, made these cute little triangles and created a banner there. And this is polka dots that have little tiny snowflakes, but you know what? They almost look like they could be asterisks or something. So a fun way to tie in this journal card. Then she has this one that's just a whole bunch of fun little flowers and tied it in with the flower punch here. So again, sometimes we don't have, you know, that environment, babies or winter or things, but you still love the designs and the collections. Find some fun ways that you can make it work. We have some borders from Jeanette. So in this one, she has combined the Bling Bling, I believe this is Bling Bling, I'm sorry if it's not, the border cartridge to make this fun lacy look to go along with the snowflakes. She has layered the 2-inch border here with some cardstock and the pinking border design cartridge, and then use some of the strips, and then this one layered papers and created a little bit wider border. So great ways to have those all set up, put them on your layouts, add some photos, and you're ready to go. Now the lace design cartridge came out in February. We just want to remind you that this is available and to show you that now we have all of them in stock. And this is all the possibilities of things that you can do with your border cartridges. Okay, so lots of options here. And I'm sorry, that wasn't bling bling. That was scallop shell. My bad. Okay, makes that fun little lace-looking border. So we have posted this with the different leaders. If you haven't found it, we're going to get it up on the resources page today so that you can download this as a PDF to help people see the possibilities with your border maker cartridges. Now from Anthology DIY by Lisa Bernson, if you bought the Bright and Breezy paper collection, you could make this adorable banner that you can hang in your house, you could hang in your office. There's all sorts of places that just make it fun to kind of brighten up your home for the spring. And we also have a spring adventure wreath, and this uses the Better Together, oh gosh, I forgot the Together, Better Together collection from Anthology. This collection came out in October, so if you have that collection, this is fun to put together with all these little critters and some mushrooms and flowers, and you can have a fun decor for your home. Within Heritage Makers, we have some new projects up there. If you haven't tried the coasters, this might be a fun time. I'm just showing you 2 of the 4 coasters that are kind of Easter themed, not in your typical pastels, but beautiful designs nonetheless. Love this. Fun coasters. And then this is a love mug, so it wraps around, says Happy Easter. Put your favorite photo there of your child, give it to grandma, to your husband to have at work, or you can use it yourself just to have on your desk. Then we have a few projects that are just fun and for specific reasons. So how about some countdowns if you're going on vacation? Maybe you're visiting Mickey this year. You can do a countdown. It's 11 by 14 print, put a UVA coating on it, and you can use your write-on wipe-off markers with that. Now, we had requests for an invitation for social selling. This is one that we came up with. We'll work on some more. And it actually has text you can swap in for different types of get-togethers that you're having. So if you're not doing memory keeping, but you're doing oils or you're doing jewelry, then we have some text in there. And on the back side are photos, so you can easily drop in photos of the products you're going to be showing off that day. Then we have National Scrapbook Day coming up on the first Saturday of May, and so we rebranded some of our things with the new colors that our Memories for Life has. And then we also had a request for an invitation, so we've got this fun invitation in there. Customize the text however you want, but cute way to let people know that you're having a get-together for National Scrapbook Day. And these are all Heritage Makers templates that you can use. I want to remind you we have an Instagram contest going on right now, What I Love. And the thing about our Instagram contest is that we're not looking just for Heritage Makers projects. We want to see projects using any of our memory keeping products. So Heritage Makers, Our Memories for Life, Anthology DIY by Lisa Bernson. And all that you have to do is take a picture of a project you love, put it on Instagram, make sure you tag it #YGY What I Love, and we'll find it, and you could win publishing points for that. So if you want to participate in a fun contest, join us on that. We'll be drawing again next week. Our final winner will be drawn, and I believe it'll be on Monday the 29th. So get your photos up there so we can take a look and possibly choose you to win. Our Heritage Makers 10% discounts for March. Right now, actually, for February, we are doing storybooks, so you still have a week left to work on storybooks if you want to save your 10%. For March, we're going to do scrap pages and postbound albums. April, we're going to do brag bags, and that's all 3 of the designs, not the messenger bag, just the brag bags. And then May, we have a lot of kind of gifty times coming up, so we're going to do mugs, coasters, iPad cases, and phone cases. So look for those discounts coming up in the coming months. Studio U, we're back on track again. Sorry for the little break there in January. Studio U is this Thursday, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and it's Digital Scrapbooking 101. This class is perfect for those who are wanting to start digital scrapbooking, or maybe you're looking for a refresher on your digital scrapbooking. We're going to show you how to take an existing template, customize it so it's your own. Everything from swapping out the background to the embellishments to the photos, all sorts of things that you can do to customize your scrap pages. but we're also going to show you how to start from scratch. So if you're looking for a little more creativity, or you just want to kind of venture out onto some new designs, we're going to talk about some of the design rules that will help you create a page that will look pleasing to you and that you'll be excited to print and share with people. So still time to register for that class. You can find the information to register on the Heritage Makers Our Memories for Life Facebook page. There's an event for it, so just click on that. Then in March on the 17th, we're going to do a product focus and talk about home decor. So lots of inspiration as well as some tips on how to have designs and projects that you're going to want to put in your home. So tips on canvases and metal prints and wood prints, all sorts of fun home decor pieces. So look for that class March 17th. Not next Tuesday, the second Tuesday of March, which is the 8th, will be the Our Memories for Life training call. You can sign up for that. It's at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Then we will remind you that we are having a memory keeping event in conjunction with the Anaheim Summit. It will be on Thursday, April 14th from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. We are going to talk about all the memory keeping products. But the great thing about this is we're going to not just focus on the products, but also talk about how you can sell your products to people, and talk about what are some of the hurdles that you have that you would like to overcome. We're going to get you some hands-on, you can walk around and touch and use some of the products. So spread the word. We'd love to have you at this event. $60 through March 15th. After March 15th, it jumps to $75. So get yourself registered. It's a day. We're going to talk about lots of things. We're going to have goodie bags for you. We're going to have giveaways. So make sure that you join us for that experience. Okay, I've had a request to see the sales again, so I'm going to go back just a couple of slides so that you can see what the Heritage Makers discounts are again. This month we have storybooks for 10% off. March is going to be scrap pages and postbound albums. April will be brag bags. May will be mugs, coasters, iPad cases, and phone cases. Okay, I'm going to move back through these again. Now, some resources. I want to remind you about our blog. It's blog.heritagemakers.com, and we are doing 3 posts each week, and each day that we do a post focuses on a different product line. So Tuesday is Anthology DIY by Lisa Bernson. Wednesday is Our Memories for Life, and Thursday is Heritage Makers. So if you want to see information, inspiration, new products, project ideas for all of the product lines, go every day. If you just want to see Our Memories for Life, make sure you hit it on Wednesday. And we are trying to also post these on Facebook. A lot of times it shows up the day after the blog post, so watch for them there. But if you don't want to wait for us to remind you, they are going up weekly on each of those 3 days. Okay, you can see the memory keeping idea book that was discussed by Kirsten, and that's the link for it. We will have a new version available mid-March. It has been reorganized slightly different in that all of the Heritage Makers projects are together, all of the Our Memories for Life projects are together, all the Anthology DIY projects together, and the price list is included in the back. Okay, so we hope that will help you especially as you're doing your social selling events, that those will help you be able to show off all those different products. Okay, so watch for that in about mid-March. So that covers everything I had. If you have some questions that Chelsea's not been able to get to, I'll look back through and see if there are any more. I want to remind you that our next meeting will be March 22nd at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, which is 8 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. So the question came up, are we only making pocket-sized journal cards now? Yes, at this point we are. The research that Rhonda and Suzanne did found that most people were loving that size and being able to use it for their pocket pages and their traditional layouts, and that if they were looking for ways to quickly mat, that they would use either cardstock, solid or designer cardstock, or trim down their photos a little bit. Wedding pocket line come out. I don't know that we have a specific date, so you'll just have to wait until we have that announcement. So hopefully that will be coming out soon. So Rhonda makes a very good point. Kirsten mentioned that we have 3 product lines, which are for people with no time, some time, and creative time. And she said that for her, Heritage Makers was for no time. But depending on what your skill level is or what you like to do, our Memories to Life is also good for people with no time or some time. If you have no time, you're going to love using the pocket pages because you just slide your photos in, slide your border strips and journaling cards in, and you're done. If you have some time, then maybe you want to use the coordinated you refill pages and then just put your photos and a few border strips on. If you're looking for creative time, then you're starting from whatever papers and collections you want, combining them to create whatever kinds of designs you want. So just because one thing's easy for you, it may be that someone else finds it a little bit harder. Same thing with their Anthology DIY products. You can follow the layout kits exactly as they are, which is going to mean you can do it in little to no time, or you can be creative and do it out of the box, combine different collections and kits, and come up with your own look. So you're going to find that each one of the product lines offers you something for no time, some time, and creative time. Just depends on what you want to embrace and how many things you want to do, okay? Question about the cover sets, when will those be back in stock? So we're releasing 5 new colors, and so those reorders on the existing colors that we're replenishing have been held up a little. So we're looking at sometime in the next couple of months that those are going to come back in stock. So we appreciate your patience on that as they do come in, but you're going to be so excited to see those new colors, so hang on there. Okay, Jamie was asking about best way to adhere pieces to the wreaths. I like the red line tape or glue dots, something that's really tacky. And the red line tape is available through Anthology DIY products, so hopefully that will help. And let's see. It would be great to have a list of cardstock colors for collections. That's a great idea. Okay, we will see if we can't get something pulled together on that. And Suzanne's telling me that the new cover sets will be here in March. That doesn't mean March 1st. That means sometime in March. So we will let you know as soon as those are available. So just watch from your leaders' posts on Facebook, all sorts of different places, and we'll get that information out to you. Red line tape, is that the Anthology tape runner in the red case? No, it's not. It's the sticky tape or terrifically tacky tape. It is double-sided tape. It comes in a strip and it's a 1/4 inch wide. So if you go look for, I believe it's called sticky tape. So not the runners, but it comes on a roll that you trim off the sizes or piece that you want. Okay, we're going to call that a wrap. I hope you've had a great day and that something has gotten you excited to go out and build your business and share your excitement about all these wonderful products. So thankful for you to join us today. And we will see you on March 22nd. And make sure that you have fun, you share your story, and be creative. And most importantly, have a wonderful day. Thanks, and we'll see you on March 22nd. Bye.